All right, how's it going, everyone? Hope everything is going okay. I wanted to just go ahead and hop into it. So I talked about how I was going to discuss some of the projects that's going to be built on Holochain, and also talk about Holochain and kind of sort of where it's going. I'm going to start breaking up my videos into smaller pieces. I do understand that I get caught up in rabbit trails. And then also, I want to thank everyone who's been listening to me thus far, because I even listen to myself and I'm like, yeah, I sound like an idiot. Anyway, we all don't like our voices, right? So, anyway, going into it, hopping right into the different Holochain projects that's going on. I got a few here. I don't have all of them, but I just wanted to kind of discuss exactly what's going on with Holochain and why there's a progression, and then there's also businesses and companies that's depending on Holochain to actually follow through on what they're doing. So it's not just it's not just Holochain just doing their own thing and then nobody else is building anything on the Holo network. There's actually a lot of things going on in the background. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that real quick. So let's get right into it. So the first one is Sacred Capital. They want to connect all of they want to connect all of the networks on the internet. So they want to make, I guess, for to make it kind of simple, I guess they want everything to be interoperable. So, and then also, obviously, owning your own data, connecting all of that stuff. So, one thing I want to mention: a lot of people, a lot of programs, a lot of organizations are choosing Holochain because of the fact that they want to be able to own or do their own things. They love the peer-to-peer part. So, one of the other ones, it was mentioned in the comments below, and I have heard about this one as well. And they've been with, they've wanted to build on Holochain for the longest. Is Junto. Junto is a nonprofit, or basically it's a nonprofit social media network. They are planning on having their beta in 2021. 2 days ago on Twitter, they said that they had like a closed, they had like, they've been having closed testing for the last couple of months with 1,500 members, and then obviously that's been going well. So they're really looking forward, they're progressing very well. Obviously before 2021, definitely before 2021, Holochain should definitely be on its beta, should definitely be on its beta, like it really should. um the next one is Core.network. Now, Core.network is an interesting one because what they want to do is they want to connect all of the social medias um, uh, programs. Like they call themselves the last social media network, which means that what they're trying to do is, I mean, you got a Twitter account, you have, you know, I don't know, your Facebook, you got all of these things, and they're just trying to connect them into one. I don't necessarily know how that's going to work out. I didn't do any like deeper research on exactly what they're doing or how they're going to be able to do that. But I thought that was a very interesting um, program. One of the other ones is Producers Market. Basically, they want to get rid of the middleman. I think a lot of programs out there, especially with cryptocurrency, you're going to find a lot of cryptocurrency projects out there that are really trying to get rid of the middleman, and what you can, because of the fact that it's easier to trace on a blockchain. When you're working on a blockchain ledger, it's easier to find products and have a more efficient way of delivering things. So we see that with other cryptocurrency projects. As far as using their blockchain or their ledger. I'll get into that a little bit later in my other segments, because of the fact that these are all going to interconnect. So the next one is Just One Organics. It's another one. They want to cut out the middleman, and they also want to use secondary the secondary produce, and then help the farmers be able to sell their stuff. The other one I thought was kind of interesting is Ulex. They basically want to build an open source legal system. I really like that idea, and I think that that's going to be awesome, because obviously, especially with different rules and regulations. I don't know how it is in other countries, but especially over here in America, and I definitely personally know, if you see my other videos, I mean, there's a lot of rules and regulations. You got the United States. Obviously, you have federal laws, and then you have state laws, and then you have laws within the city, and everything else between. And it's like you can't keep track. Trust me, you cannot keep track of them all. So it's crazy. So I think that's kind of cool. Holo Health, Holo Health, however you want to say it. They're just basically trying to create a health record system, basically, so that everyone can own their own data. We know that it's very tough, with HIPAA laws and different things like that. I'm a veteran, so obviously I do receive a lot of like news and information, and I have like doctor's appointments and all everything else in between. And when those things come in, obviously it's how you receive your information. So everything is going to be a lot of information is going to be given online, and obviously you do want that protected. So I like Holo Health. I like the fact that you can have all of your health information in one area, and then you can pick and choose how you want to give that to whoever. So when you go to a doctor, I really like this kind of, because when you go to a doctor, when you go to a different hospital, it's just a pain in the neck. They're like, oh well, can you sign this waiver form? We need to be able to get our records from here, and then records got to get here, and then you got to go through all of this stuff. I mean, it's just better if you own your own records. It's like, oh yeah, I have it in my database. Let me go ahead and I'll send that right to you. Now you have a full entire record of exactly what you have, and not only that, but it doesn't have to be all across the internet. No one can to get in and get that information. So I thought that was very interesting. The next one is Comet, which is a decentralized social network that they're basically planning on replacing Reddit. I did not do a little bit more deeper research on Comet. Now I apologize for that, but that really sounds like an awesome idea, and we'll just have to see if they come through. Now, the next one, obviously, a lot of people know this is one of the big ones, is Red Grid. Red Grid is one of my own personal favorites, as I used to work for a number of solar companies. I used to actually sell solar systems. I don't know how it is in other countries, but over here in America, solar is not really all that big. It's extremely expensive. And not only that, but once you do have solar, um, if you have what they call a double meter, so you can possibly have a double meter in which the energy that you're receiving from the sun comes through it. There's a double meter in which it can feed back into the whatever energy company you use, and then you can get credits for that, which obviously can have your account be in a negative. So there's some people who actually have a negative account, electric account, because they basically use the sun. But to give you guys a great example, a lot of times that really doesn't work for a lot of people. I'm not going to get into specifics, but there's a lot of things that's going on that it's just not efficient for everyone to have solar panels. Now, it is better to have solar panels, obviously, and obviously it's good to be able to have free energy. But like I said before, it has to be efficient. And right now, with the price of where it is right now, it's just really, really difficult. The starting price, the upfront price. So obviously down the road, it helps out. But and it also depends on what panels you have. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I love the fact of what Red Grid is trying to do. They're trying to incorporate not only just having solar systems connected they're basically making an internet of energy, but also having all of those appliances be able to connect with each other, to talk with each other, to be able to basically have a smart home of energy, so you can be more energy efficient. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to cut down on emissions and different things like that. So I really like that. The next one is Beehive. Now, Beehive, I did look at their opening. I forgot what they did. I think they came out, went public or something like that. It, Beehive is not necessarily one of my favorites, but it can be my favorite. And let me explain. Beehive, what they're trying to do is just make a community, create a community in which everyone can receive information, and not just they're basically creating a village, right? A village of people coming together and saying, hey, who sells cars, who does this, who's the guy who fix cars on the side and stuff like that. Oh, well, that's Joe Blow down the street. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you have it there, and everybody can connect with Joe and all this kind of stuff. So I think it's really cool. I think it can be so much better. I'm not gonna talk about my own personal goals and where I want where I want the world to go, or where I want society to go and communities to go. But I do want to kind of talk about the possibilities, and I believe that Beehive has if they may have to change their structure. We'll see if they do. But I do believe that coupled with being on the Holo network, I do think it can be extremely effective. Kazuna. Okay, so Kazuna, I really, 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 if you go on YouTube, you can see kind of examples of Kazuna and just having, it's just basically a private messaging app. I really like Kazuna. It's obviously, if they come out with it or when it comes out, it's going to be better, way better than Snapchat. I don't even really use, I don't even have a Snapchat. But I've seen it work. I know how Snapchat works. I know how WhatsApp works. I know how all of these messaging apps works. But the way I see Kazuna do things is like, oh man, that's something that I would like to have. I also want to bring up something that I find interesting when it comes to messaging and when it comes to private messaging, just being able to communicate with people. These are things that I feel is going to be important in the future. Not just because everyone's like, oh, you want private this and private that. Oh, well, you got to hide and everything else in between. But to be honest with you, like, it's really nobody's business. I would love to have like a private conversation with my buddy. You know what I'm saying? We all know how politics work. We know how playing politics with friends work. Unfortunately, I only have like a couple, so I don't really have to worry about that. But it is what it is. Like there's people who have like 50 or 60 friends, and they want to be able to communicate with one friend or multiple friends, and they just want to have their own little group, and they want to have private conversations. So obviously, you can do that with the current system, but Kazuna with different apps, but Kazuna really, really makes it private. And obviously, like I said before, with Holochain, people, organizations, everyone that's trying to make these different programs, they really like the fact of being able to connect and being able to have private. A lot of this have to do with private transactions, being able to communicate with others privately. So that's one of the advantages of obviously having Holochain. There's so many other things that's probably going on in the background. I don't, and there's other apps and dapps that's going to be run on Holochain. But I just kind of want to bring up a few of them. I want everyone to be able to understand that when you're looking at a project, and this is not just for Holochain. Right now, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to talk about the stock market, but you know what? I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to make another video. We're going to get into that, and then we'll just separate that. So, but anyway, these are the Holochain projects that's out there. I think they're going to do a wonderful job. I think everything's going to go well. But once again, like I said before, this isn't for anyone that thinks that Holochain is a scam or some kind of pump and dump type of thing. This is a very serious project, and it's a solid project. So if you're thinking about it, I'm not a professional investor. I'm not anything like that. I'm just a regular guy, just like everybody else. When you're investing, just make sure you're investing in a solid project, and you will receive returns. Now, how great that would be, I do not know. But at the same time, it's always good to be investing in something in the very beginning. I'm just an investor. I'm not a professional in any kind of way. Like I said before, I'm just a regular guy just trying to, be able to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you guys take it easy. And like I stated before, you have just been hit with the crypto truth.